Hello. Hey, you guys. It's Alyssa with Bad Mom Jokes, and I'm here with Geoffrey Mark.
Ooh, I'm so excited to be with Geoffrey Marks.
I am. And I have to say, he is quite amazing because you're the host of this festival.
Well, I am one of the hosts in the
Okay.
festival because we have to be honest here. There are other talents. Perhaps some people like mine better, but we have other talents here
Well,
as
you
well.
have to be your own fan, right?
Of
Isn't that
course.
how it works?
I was telling
Yeah.
some of the young people here,
Yeah.
if someone says you're good, say, yes, I am.
Yes,
False
absolutely.
modesty doesn't work,
Right,
especially with
right.
this kind of competition.
Yeah, no. You got to. You got to be your own advocate for sure.
I got to share with you,
Yeah.
and we were setting this up to be
Yes.
with you right now.
Yeah.
And I was concerned with the lighting, and she said, "You're backlit." Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, you're angelic looking."
Doesn't he look angelic?
And I said to her, "Yeah, because I'm at the age where I'm closer to being an angel. That's why I'm angelic looking." But. She looks beautiful, and that's what
Aw,
matters
thank
here.
you.
At my age, it's all about makeup and costuming. At her age, it's
but
about good looks.
I have to say though, I do love your makeup and costuming. I mean, hats off to you. I've really been impressed with some of the costumes I've been seeing. And are you a resident of Palm Springs?
I am.
And do you think, I was talking to someone else about this, I think the environment brings out the people come here and they get dressed up. I
Yeah.
love it.
Again, whoops. Someone just banged a door where
Yeah,
we're
hopefully
sitting.
you hear us a little bit more than the door.
That's okay.
That's the goal.
We're live. It's live
We're live,
television.
you guys.
That's what
Nothing,
live
yeah,
is about.
It's all about the craziness.
I dress like this.
Yeah.
There's a story.
Yeah, I wanna hear
Because
it.
there's a comedian, maybe some of you younger people don't know who he is, but his name is Rip Taylor. And he was the host of a couple of TV shows and a big headliner in Las Vegas. And he came to see me work and he said, "Jeff, I love your shows, but you dress like an accountant."
Interesting.
And he sent me to a store. He said, "Just check
Yeah.
the store out."
Yeah.
And the store was the beginning of my sparkly hats.
Oh, I love it.
And I have 75 sparkly hats now.
Oh,
and then
great.
everything else kind of went with the sparkly hats. So I don't do it just here in Palm Springs. When
Right.
I'm on stage, and now I'm not putting myself down, there are some young people here, male and female, who are gorgeous. All they have to do is put on a t-shirt and put some water through their hair, and they look great. You reach a certain age, you gotta package it right. And you need to look like a celebrity.
Yeah.
If you're lucky enough to become one, you have to look great.
Right.
My friend
well, it's
Dawn-
part of the entertainment of it, right?
Dawn Wells,
Yeah.
you remember Marianne from Gilligan's Island?
Was she here?
She was here yesterday on
Yeah,
one of
I
our
missed
panels.
her. Yeah, that's
She
so
missed you
great.
too.
I know. I wanted to see her.
But Dawn said every time you walk out of your house, it's
Yeah.
a photo op. You
Yeah.
never know who's out there. You never
Wow.
know, click, 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 or who's gonna want an autograph.
Yeah.
So if I leave my house, all right, maybe I'm wearing Walmart
That's
clothing.
ambitious, I have to say.
Maybe I'm wearing Walmart clothing.
Yeah.
But the hair is ready, the hat is ready.
Oh, I love
I'm
it.
ready to be
I
Geoffrey
love it.
Mark.
I love it. And I have to say, I have a costume right now, too.
This is your
My
costume?
bangs are a hairpiece. These are my bad mom bangs.
Well,
So I'm learning how to, you create a character.
you created, she's learned how to bang, gentlemen.
I have.
I suggest
Heck
you look
yeah,
her up.
I'm no spring chick.
Oh,
my
compared
gosh.
to me, you're an embryo.
Oh,
my love.
I love it. We can hang out anytime. Here's the thing. How did you come to be a host of this show? What
Well,
was
because
that?
I'm on the
Yeah.
board of directors of the festival.
Okay, cool.
And I'm free. So it's easy.
I'm available and I'm free, so here we
well,
go.
and because I love doing it.
Right.
I've been-
Clearly, because you were here last night after an epic day of stand-up comedy, and you were still like, let's go, let's do this. I
Well,
have some great energy. I loved it.
I started working yesterday at 11:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
introducing people and doing
Yeah.
comedy.
Yeah.
And I was doing it till 11 o'clock last night. So I
Yeah.
had 11 and a half hours of
Which
straight
takes
work
stamina.
with no break. I
Yeah,
mean,
and look at you. You
I
look
got
so
to go to the
fresh.
bathroom a couple of times, and
Yeah.
I had 1 cup of coffee, 2 hot dogs, and a cookie all day long. Because I love it. Because
Yes.
we all love it.
We
You
do,
can't
yeah.
do this. You can't be in this business and
Yeah.
not love it.
I agree.
And you can't be funny if you're not having a good time.
Yes.
And I wanted to
I love that.
infuse all the young people here with my energy, and they gave me their
Great.
energy.
Great.
And every single person
Yeah.
who's here is talented to some degree.
Yeah.
And some of the people here you're going to be hearing from.
Yeah.
What you're hearing in my voice is I speaking for 12 straight hours yesterday. I'm a little hoarse today.
Well, I'll give you a break and say that I was just talking to the festival, one of the other festival directors. Was he standing right here?
Paul Cruz,
Yeah,
the
Paul.
director of the festival.
And he did say that you guys had 800 submissions.
Yes.
And that you booked 100.
Yes.
So that is really impressive to all the comedians here that you guys are, the top.
They are the top.
Of that submission.
And of the 100,
Yeah.
every single person here is talented.
Yeah.
Some more than others.
Sure, everyone's at a different stage in the journey. Some people
Absolutely.
it's their first festival, some people have been doing this for a while. Yeah.
And that's how I'm able to do this. I've
Yeah.
done this a long time.
Right.
This coming April of 2019, I'm doing this 45 years.
Yes.
When you do that to an older person and breaks their hand,
Sorry.
that's quite all right. I
I have a
another
6-year-old
hand.
son, and his mission is to slap your hand as hard as possible. So I think I've gotten a little more firm,
It's
Just,
the bangs. They
matching
give
the-
her extra string.
Oh my gosh, this is so great. And so I've been asking comedians, when was the moment that you said, I'm going to pursue this full time?
When I was 2.
So you're a lifer.
I knew, this is such a long story. I'll cut it down.
I want to hear.
all
Let's
right.
hear it.
I grew up in an immigrant family in New York City, Brooklyn, New York, multi-generational, great-grandmother, grandparents, parents, me. And every Monday night, we would watch Lucy, because Lucy was always on.
Oh, I'm getting chills.
But before Lucy, because
Yeah.
Lucy was an inspiration,
Yeah.
there were game shows on CBS, which was Lucille Ball's network, back when there were only 3 networks. And there was a game show called To Tell the Truth. It's still on, in a different version, but the same
So they have
basic game.
like an update of it. Yeah.
One person is a person that they tell you about, and there are
Yeah.
2 imposters, and a celebrity panel has to figure out who's telling the truth, who's the
Yeah.
real person.
Yeah.
And the celebrity panel, as
Yeah.
it turns out, they all became friends of mine, included a woman named Kitty Carlisle. Kitty was, to my grandmother, the epitome of what a lady should be. And she would, my grandmother, hey Jeff, look at how she handled that. See, that guy kind of jabbed her. Look how she handled that.
Wow,
Look how she
wow.
laughs at other people's jokes.
Wow.
Look what a good,
Yeah.
look how she's, and sometimes mothers and grandmothers, and my mother,
Sometimes.
so my mother
what it's
said
all
to her,
about.
my mother said to
Yeah.
her, Mom,
Yeah.
he's 2.5 years old. What does
Yeah.
he need with Kitty Carlisle?
Right.
And my grandmother said, you don't even know what's in your son. Someday he is going to be with these people, and you better start training him. And they fought, and my grandmother said, you know
And your
what?
grandmother won.
You know what? Oh, and here's why. Here's why my grandmother won.
Yeah.
She said, someday your son is going to be in Kitty Carlisle's living room laughing about this conversation. 46 years later, I was in Kitty Carlisle's living room. We
Wow.
weren't laughing. My grandmother
Yeah.
was already gone.
Right.
But I told her the story.
Yes.
We both cried.
Aw.
And you know what? I've accomplished a lot in my
Yeah.
life. I've been a really lucky man. I worked
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah.
But that made the
Was the
entire
moment.
career worth it.
That's when it all came
Because
full
I
circle.
fulfilled, I didn't go after Kitty. She called me. Would you
Yeah.
come over?
Wow.
Well, I still think maybe I
Getting
jumped out of
chills.
my hotel window and flew over
Yeah.
to her apartment off of Fifth
I love
Avenue.
it. I love it.
But it was like, all right, people saw this in me. I saw it in me.
Yeah.
And another perhaps interesting thing is that my parents legally separated from me when I was 15. So from 15 forward, I was on my own.
Wow.
And I just said, okay, show
You
business,
do
let's
it.
go.
And you went for it.
And I've been doing it ever
And you
since.
were in New York at the time.
Actually, I was sent to Arkansas.
Oh, interesting. How
Hello,
was that?
hello, my
Hello,
friend and a half.
Arkansas.
Hello, my friend and a half in Arkansas. It was hard. It was
Yeah.
hard. You know, I may be. I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure. I
Yeah.
may be the first openly gay comedian who was working in the 70s.
Wow, wow.
Because I never made any bones about it. I never tried
Yeah.
to hide it. I never tried to.
Right.
I was who I was.
Which would have been really bold.
I
at the
was
time.
I was a gay teenage stand-up comedian. They didn't mind the gay so much in Arkansas. They minded the Jewish really a lot in Arkansas.
Wow.
So I got
Oh, man.
the Klan called me and threatened
Oh,
me,
no.
and I got abused
horrible.
and physically because of that.
Whoa.
So I was lucky enough
Yeah.
to have a wonderful man, Dr.
Yeah.
Kernodle, who sent Larry Luckenbill from Arkansas to New York, sent me from Arkansas to New York to the American
Wow.
Academy.
Wow.
I got to New York in 6 weeks. I was in my first off-Broadway show
I love
and
it.
started appearing in nightclubs. So
Yeah.
I've been literally 15. I got started in dinner theaters playing adults.
Wow.
And I have been playing and singing and being funny.
Fun.
And, she was talking yesterday.
Yeah.
I hosted. I wasn't supposed to host. There was somebody else who was supposed to host. It was 8 or 10 hours of 50 comedians.
Yeah.
And the person who was supposed to do it couldn't.
Yeah.
I just filled in.
Yeah,
And worked
being
straight
available. I
through.
keep talking to people about that. Like, just show up and be available. That's so important.
I was taught really
Yeah.
early on,
Yeah.
not just show up,
Yeah.
show up early. Because they're going to
Got
need
it.
something.
To
And if
jump
you're
in there.
hey,
Yeah. That's
we
smart.
need a
Yeah.
guy to do a bit in this
Right.
play.
Right.
Hey, Jeff's here. Let's see
Yeah.
if Jeff can do it.
Yeah.
I was there. I was willing.
There you go.
And I'm
Yeah.
wonderful. So
Oh, you are wonderful. I'm so glad we got to have this chat. That was so
Are we
beautiful.
done already?
I don't know. I'm
Oh.
feeling conscious. You have to get in there.
I have to
Are
get
you
in there.
hosting today?
I am not. I am
'Cause I keep
judging
losing
today.
track of time.
I am judging
Okay,
today,
got
but
it.
I will be a presence all day, and I will be on the stage
Yeah.
tonight introducing the goddess Judy Tenuta. So those of you,
What?
yes,
Judy Tenuda's gonna be here tonight.
tonight.
Shoot, I can't. I'm gonna have to tell my husband and convince him to stay. That's crazy.
Stay.
I'm gonna stay. He's
Stay.
gonna have to
because
deal
the
with
love
it.
goddess is coming to Palm Springs, people,
You guys.
and I'm introducing her.
No,
so,
I was just talking to my girlfriend on my live show a couple weeks ago that we wanted to start the Judy Tenuta fan club and get her on this. So this
well,
is
I
crazy
could
for me.
probably arrange.
Oh, I would definitely. I'm dying right now. When did she get here?
She'll be here about 3 o'clock this
Okay.
afternoon.
Do you
but
think she'd want to do it before or after?
after.
Yeah,
She'll
because she
do
went
it
with
after,
Focus.
'cause she
And what
needs to
time is she going
focus.
up?
She's probably going on around 8:45.
8:45.
Tony Tripoli is opening for
See,
her.
here's the problem. I don't have lighting, so it's not going to look good at nighttime. So I'm going to have to try to get her. She's in LA. I'm going to have to
we
convince her
can
to
do
come.
it on the stage after she's done.
Do you, the lighting is good enough?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do
it's
it on
certainly
stage.
better than this is, and we look
And what?
beautiful.
Yeah,
so, you know.
yeah. Natural light is quite amazing, though. Like
It
for a
is.
girl on a budget.
It is. It makes me look very blonde, which
Yeah,
is nice.
yeah. No, I would. You know what this hat is doing for you? It's this top light is really harsh, and your light. Like I need a cap. I'm gonna just go put my cap on.
Because I know what I'm doing.
You sure do.
Hey guys, anyone who's watching this, if you haven't planned on being here today, now
Come
you can,
over.
you can only buy tickets online, but if you want to come see these people perform and you can't get tickets, come on over and tell them that Geoffrey Mark sent you and come see the show.
Do it, you guys.
You
Do
know,
it.
I sound like Carol Channing today. My voice is much deeper than it usual. It's got a nice, for a man who's covered in sequins and diamonds, I've got a very masculine voice
This
today.
is very serious business.
Comedy.
Get your butt over here.
Comedy is a serious business,
It
but it's
is.
a hell of a lot of fun.
Well, and I love that you said that. I love that you said you have to be having fun. And I talk to my friends that are really into stand-up, and I'll tell them when I'm like, oh, it went well, or oh, I bombed, and my good friend says, well, did you have fun? And I'll be like, yeah, I did. And to have fun with all of it, the ups and the downs, and it's all entertaining.
I was
Fun.
doing a show back in New York at the Triad Theater last spring, and I was singing because I have a book out on Ella Fitzgerald. I guess I should plug that.
Yeah, do it,
I have
plug.
a book out on Ella Fitzgerald
Yeah.
called Ella, the autobiography of the legendary Ella Fitzgerald, available on Amazon.com. And I went to New York and did a concert of Ella's music to her original arrangements.
Wow.
And I love the Triad Theater. They want to have me back. They had a full house. But there was a person who worked there who wasn't perhaps the nicest he could have been to me. And I called a wonderful, wonderful Julie Budd, who is an amazing singer and star, freaking out because I was being threatened.
Yeah.
They closed the show.
Aw.
And she came backstage and she said, Geoffrey, what are you worried about? I said, well, they're threatening me. She said, you have a fuller house than most of the big stars who come here. She said, have fun. That is the only point. Not how many people, not
You're
how
here.
much money.
Yeah.
Have fun, because all of these young people today, if they're not having fun up there, neither will we.
It falls flat. Quite
Yes.
frankly, it falls flat. You can feel it, even with the best writing.
So,
Yeah.
so come have fun.
Yes.
First of all, enjoy her.
Aw,
Enjoy
you
all of
guys,
her
thank
wonderful
you.
videos.
Thanks, you guys. Thank
And
you.
and then enjoy me.
Yes.
Because
And
TikTok,
Judy Tenuta,
TikTok.
this is, I'm going crazy. If you see this, you gotta come out here. This is insane. What? And tell me again when she's going out.
Judy Tenuta, we have two.
And when does the
people.
show end? So I can tell my husband how late he's staying.
Tony Tripoli is
Yeah.
starting at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
He's going to do about a half an hour, 40 minutes.
Okay.
Judy follows him after I come on and warm them up a little bit.
Okay.
She'll be on for about an hour.
Okay.
And after that, there's an after party.
Okay.
So, give this poor child a break. She wants to meet her legend and she wants to have fun.
I love
And
that you think my husband's watching. He's like, she makes so many videos. No, but yes.
If I had a husband, he'd be
he's
watching.
staying. Oh.
No, he'd be
Oh, no, but
watching.
it's better this way because then I can keep it real about him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he'd also be sitting right next to
Yeah,
me
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't trust them as far as I can
Oh,
throw
funny,
them,
funny,
and I
funny.
can't throw them at all. So, hey, I just broke up with a 24-year-old. How
Oh,
stupid
well, I
am
wouldn't
I?
trust a 24-year-old either.
Yeah, and you know what? You would have been right.
Yes, yeah.
I mentioned that several times
Yeah.
yesterday. The audience laughed hysterically
Of course.
at my heartbreak,
Aw.
which is wonderful because it gives me material. So you use
Yeah.
everything.
Absolutely.
And what
Use
was
it
I
all.
doing with a 24-year-old?
Anyway.
Bang, bang, bang.
You know
So,
about comedy, but I don't know about relationships.
my dear, the best advice you're ever going to hear, no human being knows about relationships.
Amen. All right, on that, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for coming by. This was awesome.